In the hushed corners of history, whispered among shadows and forgotten texts, lies the legend of the Clockmaker. This isn't a tale of quaint cuckoo clocks or grandfatherly figures tinkering with gears. No, this is a story about a power so immense, so reality-shattering, it was intentionally buried. The Clockmaker, an enigmatic figure whose true identity is lost to time, is said to have created something beyond our comprehension, a device that doesn't just measure time, but controls it. Imagine a machine, not of grand, flashing lights, but perhaps of intricate brass, humming with an energy not of this world. A device that could rewind a moment of regret, fast forward through pain, or pause a fleeting second of perfect joy. It sounds like a dream, doesn't it? The ultimate solution to all of life's imperfections. But this dream, if the legends are true, is a Trojan horse. Within its promise of control lies the seed of absolute chaos. Today, we're going to peel back the layers of this myth. We'll venture into the clandestine world of the Clockmaker, exploring the chilling implications of their creation. What happens when the rigid, unyielding river of time becomes a fluid, malleable stream? What paradoxes, what unseen horrors are unleashed? Join me as we uncover the Clockmaker's secret and reveal the true, terrifying cost of ultimate power. To understand the danger, we first have to understand the Clockmaker. They weren't a villain in the traditional sense. Accounts describe them as a genius, a visionary obsessed not with conquest, but with perfection. They saw the flaws in the universe, the tragedies, the missed opportunities. They believed that time itself was the ultimate imperfection, a cruel one-way street. The goal was to correct it, to give humanity the eraser it always wished it had. The device itself, let's call it the Chronos engine, was supposedly the culmination of a lifetime's work blending quantum physics, arcane knowledge, and a level of engineering centuries ahead of its time. The principle was simple in theory, but catastrophic in practice. It didn't just move a person through time. It created localized ripples, tiny temporal bubbles that could alter events within them. Think about it. You go back 5 minutes to prevent yourself from spilling coffee on your shirt. A harmless change, right? But in that 5 minutes, by not being where you were, you didn't bump into a stranger. That stranger, not delayed by a second, then catches a bus they were meant to miss. On that bus, they take the last seat, forcing someone else to stand. That person, standing, loses their balance when the bus stops, suddenly falls, and suffers a serious injury. A small, selfish act of convenience has now led to another person's suffering. Now, scale that up. This is the first and most fundamental horror of the Chronos engine, the butterfly effect amplified to an impossible degree. Every single alteration, no matter how small, sends out infinite, unpredictable ripples across the fabric of space-time. The Clockmaker's quest for perfection would inevitably create a world of cascading, unforeseen consequences. A world far more broken than the one they sought to fix. But the implications go deeper, into the realm of paradoxes that could unravel reality itself. Let's talk about the infamous grandfather paradox. You travel back in time and prevent your grandfather from meeting your grandmother. Therefore, you are never born. If you are never born, you couldn't have traveled back in time to begin with. So what happens? Does reality just short-circuit? Do you wink out of existence, leaving a paradox-shaped hole in the universe? The Clockmaker's writings, if they exist, supposedly wrestled with this. One theory suggests that the universe has a sort of immune system. When a paradox is created, reality violently corrects itself. The time traveler might be erased, not just from the present, but from all of history, their memory, their impact, everything they ever were, dissolved as if it never existed. Friends and family would have no memory of them. Photographs would be empty. It is the ultimate silent death. Or perhaps something even more terrifying happens. Maybe the universe can't resolve the contradiction. The paradox creates a fissure, a wound in time that festers. From this wound, logic begins to break down. The sky might turn green. 2 + 2 might equal 5. People might remember events that never happened and forget ones that did. The world would become a waking nightmare, a surrealist painting of broken rules and nonsensical occurrences, all stemming from a single, impossible act. And this is where the Clockmaker's clandestine world becomes so important. They understood this danger. They realized their creation was not a gift, but a curse. The story goes that they tried to destroy the Chronos engine, but couldn't. Its unique properties made it indestructible. So they did the next best thing. They hid it. They created a series of complex puzzles, codes, and guardians to protect it not from thieves, but from humanity itself. They became the first and only member of a secret society dedicated to ensuring their greatest achievement was never found. The real horror isn't just about paradoxes. It's about what happens to the person who wields this power. Imagine having the ability to rewind any mistake. At first, it would be liberating. You'd become the perfect conversationalist, the luckiest gambler, the most successful person in any room. But soon, the weight of infinite choice would become a prison. Every conversation would be a script you could endlessly revise. Every relationship would be built not on genuine connection, but on perfectly curated moments. You'd never truly know if someone loved you for you, or for the perfect version of you that you manufactured through countless temporal edits. Authenticity would die. You would become a ghost in your own life. A director of a play where you are the only actor who knows it's all fake. The joy of spontaneity, the lessons learned from failure, the very things that make us human, would be gone. And then the temptation for grander changes would become irresistible. Why just fix your own life? Why not prevent a historical tragedy? Why not save a loved one from a fatal illness? This is the Clockmaker's dilemma. You go back to save someone, but the ripples of that action might cause the deaths of 10, 100, or 1,000 others. You would be forced to play God, weighing lives against each other, making impossible moral calculations. The guilt would be crushing. Every news report of a disaster, every obituary, would be a potential consequence of your actions. Your mind would fracture under the sheer weight of responsibility. This brings us to one of the most chilling concepts associated with the Clockmaker legend, temporal echoes. It's said that frequent use of the Chronos engine leaves a person unanchored in time. They begin to see and hear things from other timelines, other potential realities they created and then discarded. You'd be having dinner with your family, but out of the corner of your eye, you'd see the empty chair where your brother would have sat. In a timeline where you failed to save him from that accident. You'd hear the faint laughter of a child you chose not to have when you rewound a relationship. These aren't ghosts of the past. They are ghosts of the might have been. Your reality would become crowded with the phantoms of your infinite choices, a constant, tormenting reminder of the lives you created and destroyed. You wouldn't just be haunted, you'd be the source of your own haunting. This is the hidden cost of the Clockmaker's power. It's not a journey through time. It's the slow, agonizing erosion of the self. The user would become isolated, paranoid, and detached from the very reality they fought so hard to perfect. They would be the most powerful being on Earth, and also the most alone. So what became of the Clockmaker? The legends diverge. Some say they succeeded in hiding the Chronos engine and lived out their days in quiet solitude, forever guarding their terrible secret. Others believe they fell victim to their own creation. Perhaps they made one change to many, creating a paradox that erased them from existence, leaving behind only a myth and a hidden, ticking time bomb. A more sinister version of the tale suggests they are still out there. Not as a human, but as something else. Something that has lived for centuries, constantly pruning and shaping history according to their own inscrutable design. We would never know. We would simply be living in the world they have built for us, a grand, intricate clockwork reality where free will might just be an illusion, and our lives are just cogs in their perfect machine. The story of the Clockmaker is a profound cautionary tale. It serves as a stark reminder that some doors are best left unopened. The pursuit of perfection can lead to the creation of monsters, and the desire to control our destiny can lead to its complete annihilation. Time's relentless, forward march might seem cruel, but it's also what gives our lives meaning. Our choices matter because they are permanent. Our successes are sweet because they are earned through struggle, and our losses teach us because we cannot erase them. The Clockmaker's secret is not the location of a device. It is the terrifying truth that the greatest power is not the ability to change the past, but the wisdom and strength to accept it. The real treasure is not a machine that manipulates time, but the precious, fleeting, and beautifully imperfect present moment we all share. Because once you start unraveling that thread, you risk unraveling everything. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the shadows of What If. If you enjoy exploring these kinds of thought experiments and diving deep into fascinating legends, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more. What do you think would be the scariest part of having this power? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious.